Hello, welcome to Dungeon Bros Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Wow, when I turned the camera on, it cut off Metalder's head, or Ryan something from Virtual VR Troopers. You can see his head right there. But, yeah, it just cut off his head. Oh, crap. So today we're reviewing Power Rangers Volume 1 by Ryan Parrott with art by Francesco Mortarino, right? Which this is from the current run. It collects issues 1 through 4. It's 17 US, 22 Canadian, 13 UK. This is by Boom Studios. Alright. And boy, do I have problems with this book. But first we have to go into the story, right? The story is basically, if you watch the show, you know that later on in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they replaced Jason, Zach, and Trini. The reason why they replaced those actors, one, because people thought it was kind of racist for a black guy to play the black Power Ranger and an Asian playing the Yellow Ranger. And Jason they got rid of because apparently he was kind of a jerk on set. He would make fun of Billy's actor for being homosexual, which turned out to be true. Yeah, and he would constantly call out Jason David Frank for being like, fake martial artist, which turned out he was a real martial artist. But how was he supposed to know? There was no internet back then, right? So yeah, it turns out at some point our Jason, Zach, and Trini in this comic book, or sometime during the Power Rangers comic line, they quit their jobs as Power Rangers and become the Omega Rangers, which are these ninja-themed Power Rangers. Jason is still the Red Ranger, Trini's the Yellow, and Zach is still the Black Power Ranger. Which, it's like, oh my god. Right. Which, the reason why I have some Power Ranger figures here, and the Megazord, is because one problem I have, if you look at the costumes, besides from the weapons and the colors, their costumes pretty much all look alike. And if you ever watch Power Rangers, here's the Ninja Storm Blue Ranger, and here's the Ninja Storm Red Ranger. As you can tell, their costumes are not 100% like that. They have different insignias, and the visors are a little different, and the crests on their helmets are different. I'm missing the accessories for this one. And by the way, there's only like one scene in this book where you see their Zord. Okay. And their Zord, well, you only see Jason's Zord, and it looks pretty lame. It looks like something from Kafner, if you ever seen the anime Kafner, which not too great a mecha design there. Trying to find trying to find it. Well, you can see it right there. Look at the head. It's just a triangle, man. This is arguably almost worse than the movie's Megazord, right? Sorry I couldn't find a better picture. And the crappy thing is, you get to see Tommy's Megazords in here, and the Japanese designs just look so much better than the fake American designs they just come up with for the comic book. Right? But first off, we should go into the story. The story is basically Jason, Trini, and Zach. Trini and Zach are on a spaceship with a blue alien tiger and this robot called XI or Z, whatever. And they witnessed this happened in a comic book before this, I guess. They witnessed something called the alien race called the Imperials destroy a planet with like 10 million people, right? And they know that Lord Drakon knows where to find them. So Lord Drakon was captured by the current Power Ranger team. And Lord Zordon, they go to Lord Zordon to ask them, hey, can we take Drakon, who's like an evil version of Tommy? Right, you probably heard of the Lord Drakon. I think he was in like a fan film called Shattered Grid, and then they put him. I don't know if that character was from the comics first or it came from a fan film, but whatever, right? He's in the comics now, and yeah, Zordon tells them no, but Jason decides, screw it, we're gonna break in and take Drakon with us, which they did, and now they're wanted across the universe. What's up happening is while they're traveling in space looking for clues to where the Imperials are, they run into these space vampires, which they eventually defeat. Right, which the space vampires are like, they shift in and out of reality, so they're very hard to defeat. But they figure out a way. Right. And Lord Drakon pretends to be on their side. Here's another shot of Jason's Megazord with a jetpack. Really crappy design. I mean, if they gave it a cooler head, it wouldn't have been too bad. But yeah, the head they have is just lame. But I think it was kind of dumb to give Trini like a huge hammer. Here's a shot of the Dragon Zord and the White Tiger Zord. Just floating debris. Yeah, so after like finding a lead to where the Imperials are, you see a shot of these bounty hunters or whatever on some planet called Onyx, and that's where our characters are heading, and the book ends. So my problems with the book are, one, would have been nice if we got a recap or something of who Lord Drakon is, because besides from the fact that he's like an evil Tommy, I know nothing about the character, right? And apparently a lot of the old Power Rangers trays are out of print. Kevin Street told me that. So like, yeah, it's like, where the heck can I go to find out about this guy? I'm gonna have to read online. I hate doing that, man. I want to read books and figure out about the characters like firsthand, not just read secondhand information. Which they tell you the ISBNs for the Kyle Higgins run, so that makes you think that that at least the first 4 volumes should be in print. But I don't know, man. So my problem with the book is, one, it's way overpriced for having only 4 issues. Because, like, Boom Studios, when they first came out, Boom Studios, yeah, they would only have like 4-issue trades, but they would have the cheapest trades out of all the major companies. This is $22 for only 4 issues. You can buy the new X-Men run that came out on trade, which comes with 6 issues for like $2 more. You can buy that, right? And you get like 2 extra issues, right? Even though I heard that current run sucks, but all right. One thing I will say about this book is not very political, though there is girl power BS in this, where like Trini is like the most powerful, the best fighter out of the group, which is kind of BS. But I guess, you know, she's able to wield like a big battle hammer, right? And like Zach has the scythe, and Jason has like a ninja sword. So lame, man, so lame. Which, I love how they're ninja fiends, but their Zords don't look ninja themed at all. Well, I guess that one isn't, but kind of. He can transform into like a skinny version of himself and do kind of ninja tricks if you're watching Ninja Storm. Which I would say check out Ninja Storms before reading this. Oh man. But other than that, I don't know. It wasn't too bad. I'd heard this book was good, but it's like, you know, I don't know. It's overpriced. I hate the designs. The designs are not too great. The Zord design kind of sucks. I do think it's cool that you have our characters are traveling through space, right? That is kind of cool, but it's like that's been done before in Power Rangers. Like I can list off, like I'm a casual Power Rangers fan, and I can list off like, you know, at least like 2 Power Rangers series that I know of. There's Power Rangers in Space, and there's Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. I'm sure, and those were from like the 90s, so I'm sure like 20 years later they probably came out with more space themed Power Ranger shows. I could be wrong, but like, you know, right? There probably is, right? Because then like aren't the enemies in Dino Charge aliens or whatever? Which that one takes place on Earth though. I don't know. I was not a huge fan of this book, but I thought the action was okay. The writing was okay. I just felt like a little lost reading this. Like they should have like made a different title, like Omega Power Rangers or something. Like this was not a good jumping on point, man. I felt like I was missing a lot. They didn't even give you a recap for who the fuck Lord Draken was for people just jumping in. It's like, what the fuck? There's an evil version of Tommy. It's like, what the fuck, man? No recap or nothing. And like I knew who Lord Draken was, but it's like I would have liked a recap or fucking something, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this was not a good jumping on point. I can't really recommend this book. I honestly, I would tell you to go buy Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Volume 1 by Cal Higgins before picking this up, because this is not a good jumping on point. Though I didn't think it was that bad a book, but it's overpriced, and you know it's a little light on story, and I'm just giving it a 6 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not great. So my next review is going to be Hawk and Dove, Ghosts and Demons, which is a reprint of a 5-issue miniseries written by Barbara and Karl Kesel with art by Rob Liefeld, back when he actually tried with his art. Alright guys, that's it